Hello my friend and welcome back. My name is Hana and today I have maybe a long and belated, it's old. I have the Naruto and Colourpop collab. I have the entire collection, so let's talk about it. If you're curious about what I'm wearing on my face, what I mentioned in today's video, and what I'm doing in other pockets of the internet, I always have the links in the description box down below. My links are not sponsored or affiliated, and I do not copy and paste anybody else's sponsored or affiliated links. So if you do decide to shop my links down below, you are shopping clean links. Colourpop didn't send me this. I didn't plan to buy the entire collection, if I'm being completely honest. I bought the Super Shocks and the lip oil, and then my mail deliverer delivered it to the wrong house, and so then I had to rebuy it, but then the lip oil was gone. I mostly wanted the lip oil. I wanted the Super Shocks just for the art on the packaging, but I wanted the lip oil because it's like a terracotta, and I love a terracotta. But it sold out, and even so, what I could only buy it in the total collection, but I think even the total collection is no longer available. I saw yesterday that they were offering like a Super Shock shade with the eyeliner, with the palette, like smaller little bundles. So there's that. I didn't bleach my hair. This isn't a wig. This is my hair. And I didn't bleach my hair so I could be Naruto Uzumaki Tatabayo for this video. I did it. If you've been watching my channel at all lately, monthly, yearly, I've talked about bleaching my hair and chopping my hair, and I finally did it. I didn't mean to go So Ken. I'm giving beach, and I meant to go Barbie. I was going to keep my money pieces and then kind of have more of like a champagne-y kind of blonde in the back. But then my hair was like, oh, bleach? All right. So that's what it did. This is one bleach and one tone job. And I mean, my hairdresser said that there are people who would be so jealous to have my hair because I only had to do one round, and it wasn't even that crazy. I did have completely virgin hair, obviously, except for my pieces, and all she did with that was touch up my roots. But I don't know. I like it. I love it. It started as an inside joke with myself when I would see the Ryan Gosling memes that said me, but now it really is me. So that being said, let's get into the palette or the collection. Starting with, I don't want to start with the palette because I have a lot of things to say. Look, overall, this collection, if you are a Naruto fan, and if you're new to my channel, I post Ami hauls, and a lot of my jokes in those videos are, if it's not Attack on Titan or Evangelion, it's Naruto. I have Naruto merchandise all behind me. I love the series. I talk about it so much. I think one of my first videos on my channel is like a casual cosplay for Naruto. And as someone who loves Naruto, I've been with Naruto since the beginning. I've been with Naruto long before it was even on Toonami. Like I was reading the mangas. I was getting like my first like subbed anime was Naruto, and I would get it on like a DVD that my friend would burn because their cousins would, like, I don't know, illegally download it at LimeWire. If you know, you know. And I've seen all of the merchandise for Naruto. I'm very familiar with it, obviously, as an anime collector. So when I tell you that this collection is screaming 2004, trust me. Trust me, and I just kind of want to take a moment to explain franchising to you guys because I saw it a lot in the comments. There was a lot of disappointment with this collection because we saw that there was going to be a collab, and then when we saw the products, a lot of us were kind of upset. So, franchising. Anything that is a copywritten element of a franchise has to be negotiated when you're doing a collaboration. So even though you're doing a collab with Naruto, you can't just take Zabuza's name because he's a character of Naruto. You're paying for the certain elements within that franchise. So especially with Japanese properties, Japanese titles, and Studio Parrot. If you're familiar with Studio Parrot, they're very restricted on like their titles and what kind of collaborations come out. Japanese companies very rarely give their titles to an American brand. Very rarely. You will see them selling their items through an American store. They have their American merchandise. But you, like when you buy things at Hot Topic, it's not Naruto and Hot Topic collabing. It is the Naruto franchise, Studio Parrot, having a US team for franchised merchandise, and they sell their products through Hot Topic. It's not a collab. They're just using Hot Topic as a storefront. So that's the difference. And the Naruto that they're using, the images that they're using for this collaboration are the cheapest, because if I'm being completely honest, and you can agree to disagree, this era of Naruto is not very popular in the US at all. Everyone, and you'll see it in the comments, the Shippuden, people wanted Shippuden, people wanted the characters from Shippuden, they wanted the character designs from Shippuden, they wanted some of the, they wanted Itachi and the Akatsuki and all of that. That's very expensive. And it's very expensive because Japan, or these Japanese companies, are very protective over their franchise. Take Nintendo. Nintendo had that huge Animal Crossing collaboration with Colourpop. And it seemed very restricted, just like this one, because it is. Nintendo very rarely gives out its rights to anyone. But I think that they only did it with Colourpop because they knew during the pandemic, Animal Crossing blew up. Everybody and their moms, their grandmas, their uncles, their aunties, everybody was playing it. So it was so loved, and the Sailor Moon collection really took off that I think Nintendo felt safe. But notice how we didn't get like a Mario collaboration or a Legend of Zelda collaboration, because they don't give out their titles. They just don't. And it's the same with Studio Parrot. And as someone who collects Naruto merchandise, it's not that they don't do Naruto merchandise, especially for like this era of Naruto. They do, because you'll see this era in Shippuden character designs, even in the new Boruto merchandise. And Boruto is the new spin-off series of Naruto. It's the story about his son, and that whole thing. Boruto itself is a nightmare, but that's a video for another day, because I got a lot of thoughts and opinions on that as well. But for this, it's giving 2004 Hot Topic because that's what they could afford. So that's why a lot of the imaging is so selective. That's why we only have Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura on. This is it. These are the images that they have. They're not anywhere else. We don't have Kakashi. This isn't even the Team 7 photo. Like, I have the light behind me, but there's a Team 7 photo that they could have used instead of this, if I'm being completely honest. But this is the 2007 merchandise. And this is even before the Chunin exams, because Sakura's hair is still long. But that's neither here nor there. So today I'm going to try to use as much as I can. I hate, like, the liners are the metallic liners. There's a body glitter, the lip oil, and the Super Shocks. So I'm going to try my best to use what I can, but I just wanted to take a moment to kind of talk about the franchising. Because even looking at the shade names of the shadows, you have Copy Ninja, Byakugan, Hidden Stone Village, Kazekage, Sharingan, Rasengan. You have Nine Tails. It could have been Kurama, but that's neither here nor there. I love that Sakura is a shade, but Naruto isn't. It's called Hero. And there's a Hidden Mist Village, but there isn't a Sasuke shade. He only has the Rasengan. Look. Naruto's a shonen series, and a shonen series, the demographic for that, or the target demographic, young boys. It's the action series. There's lots of fighting. There's a lot of the character dynamics. You know, it's always the tale of the young boy, the young hero, and his tales through his journeys. Dragon Ball Z is also a shonen. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, loosely a shonen. But that's what I mean. And you have something like Sailor Moon that isn't quite a shonen, but it is, because it's not just a romance series, but there is action, there is fighting, there is the same dynamics. It's just a little bit different. Something like Sailor Moon, I think, is a little bit easier to package to the makeup community. And hear me out, just because Sailor Moon in the series itself, she uses makeup as like tools. Beauty is as a forefront in that series. You know, the artist talks about like how she would use runway to design a lot of the characters' outfits or chapter covers, things like that. Fashion and beauty is very in the fold of Sailor Moon. I don't think that's the case for Naruto, which doesn't mean that it can't be, right? Because we've seen like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Gucci have some of the best collaborations of all time. There's like, oh god, did JoJo also do a collaboration with like Porsche? Like the official JoJo merch is like high end. So that doesn't mean that this can't be something cute, that this can't be something fashion, that this can't be something that also caters to the makeup demographic. I just think that they're very limited, and that's what this shows me. That's what this tells me. Because even looking at the shades in here, the shade formulas, the shade tones are very limited. I'm assuming, I love that this one's Byakugan, but Hinata's not even anywhere in here. I'm assuming this row is supposed to be kind of like Kakashi. This row is supposed to be Sasuke. This row is supposed to be the Naruto row. And then these two are the Sakura shades, because this matches, like, it's almost like they, you know, on when you select a color, like in Photoshop, all of these last two rows right here is all of this. So Sakura is also one of those characters where people don't love her. They don't, and it's unfortunate. I love her. I'm a big fan girl. She's best girl. Like, you can't really see her, but I have this big giant. I did an unboxing of my big giant statue of her. Love her. Love her to pieces. Will die for her. Best girl. Don't come for me in the comments. I would love to have a Sakura blush palette or an eyeshadow palette or like whatever, you know? Like, I don't care. Like, obviously that would be fan service for me. But I do think that it's very interesting that the makeup focuses more on Sakura's tones when it's literally it's not a Sakura collaboration, it's a Naruto collaboration. So with that being said, let's get into it, because I just want to play with these shadows. I don't know, let's see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try and use as many shades as I can from the palette, but I also want to use the Super Shock. I'm gonna do one eye on camera, another eye off camera. I'm starting with Hidden Sand Village on a Cinch Beauty EO3. I love this fluffy brush. It just helps me kind of get the tone in my crease and kind of smoke out my eye. It's a very pretty neutral shade. I mean, look, I think maybe if this wasn't obviously, if this wasn't a Naruto palette, a lot of these shades wouldn't be put together. But these last two Sakura rows, I think, are just like the standard Colourpop kind of shade manipulations. Like, I'm sure I have a quad or two. You know what? These last two shades kind of remind me of the Plush Like Me palette. But this is a very nice matte. I mean, to at least like carve and shape the eye, I think it's pretty cute. Okay, and then I'm going to take, will I take Hidden Cloud? I'll take the Singe EO2, and I'm going to take Hidden Cloud Village, which is like this deeper brown, and I'm just going to stamp that in the outer corner just to build up some depth. It's not really, it's not a very pigmented brown. Like, I have a deep brown that in a lot of other palettes that are a little bit more pigmented. I'm not a huge fan of this. Like, it's adding a little bit of depth, but I really have to like work it to get anywhere. Okay, so let's take the Super Shock. I'm gonna take the Sakura one just because I want to match the pink of my shirt. I also think that the Naruto and Sasuke, God, I'm having problems. I also think that the Naruto and Sasuke Super Shock are already the like Rasengan and the Hero shade. Also, why is it Hero? Why isn't it just Naruto? Why are we calling, you know what I mean? I don't know. These two shades, even this one, this is already like the Sharingan shade, I'm pretty sure. That's okay. You know what? That's okay. We're just gonna play with it. I kind of wish, okay, because like here's the Colourpop and Snow White like Super Shock, and see how it kind of has like this silhouette of Snow White on there. I kind of wish that these Super Shock shadows had that, but I also kind of wish these were Super Shock highlighters or like blushes. The shadows, I don't like, they're kind of whatever to me, you know, like they're whatever. I'm more likely to reach for a blush or a highlight in the Super Shock formula over the shadows. But that's just because I'm also not really reaching for individual shadows. Like I'll usually just use what's in my palette. But they could have done some cool stuff, like an orangey kind of highlight, a blue tinted kind of highlight would have been really cool. And I'm just a little bummed out that's not what they did. I'm gonna build up this Super Shock shade on my lid. There we go. See, I mean, is this giving Naruto? I don't know. Like, not really. It's just kind of giving I'm matching my clothes. I don't know if someone like were to see me, they'd think like, oh my gosh, you're using the Naruto makeup collaboration. They might just think that, you know, I'm using whatever. I don't know. So, I mean, it's cute. I don't know. It's just not it's not giving Naruto, and that's what I want it to give. That's what I want it to give. So going back in with Hidden Cloud, I'm going to take that on a flat edged brush, and I'm just going to tap that in my waterline or on my lower lash and blend it out. And then, do I have a little... Let's take Sakura, this lighter pink one, and I'm gonna spray it, and I'm gonna add it to my inner corner. I think that's pretty cute. I do like a white matte in the inner corner, but I've been finding my way back to my metallics, to my shimmers. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, and then let's go in with the Sakura liner. I didn't mean for this to be a Sakura look. I just wanted to match my shirt. Let's go in with this liner and let's see. Again, not a huge fan of the metallic shades, but I will say every time Colourpop has like a collaboration, the eyeliners are usually better in the like collaboration packaging. I do like the kind of like metallic pink of this. The hidden leaf symbols are already kind of fading, so we'll see how long that lasts. But let's take this shade in the waterline. The thing with the Colourpop metallic tones is that they're kind of known to be dry. This feels pretty nice, like it's easy to glide on. But I'm not a huge fan of metallic, really. Okay, So I'm going to do my other eye off of camera. I'm going to do, there's no blushes or anything. Like this is it. So I'm going to use what I normally use, and then I'll come back, show you the lip oil, maybe the glitter, and we can wrap up this video. Okay, we're back. Got my blush on both of my eyes. I love this NARS blush. It's my favorite. If you are a skin tint girly like me, girl, this is it. I'm gonna buy more shades in this because NARS killed it with that one. Okay, so let's get into the lip oil. I lined my lips. I'm using the Melt Perfectionist Lip in Sepia. It's like my favorite kind of like neutral brownie kind of tone. Okay, so hopefully this matches, because if it doesn't, I mean, whatever, it's fine, but let's get into it. I like lip oils, and I liked the lip oil from Colourpop that I had. I got it from their like bug collection, but I think they've updated it or changed it in some way. I don't know. I'm excited to use this. I love a terracotta. Like, let's just, oh, how gorgeous is this? It feels like a liquid balm, but it's not sticky heavy like a balm. How cute is that? I think that works. Doesn't make my teeth look weird. But that's pretty much it for this collection. So my look is cute. I feel cute. I don't think that this is Naruto. Like, how do we know that I didn't just use the like Animal Crossing quad to do this look? I don't think this is the best formula that Colourpop has done. Usually I'm a fan of their mattes. Like, I can kind of get them to work. But man, that deep brown was kind of a struggle. Sincerely, I have no desire to kind of play with Rasengan or Sharingan. Like, look, the chances of me pulling out this palette for fun because I want to use it is very slim. This is gonna become, I think, like what the Sailor Moon collection has become in a lot of other people's collections, where it's there and you're collecting it and it's cute and it's a part of makeup history. But is the makeup good? I just, like, look, I picked this up at TJ Maxx. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership. This was their, like, I don't know. It was a limited edition release. Was it like springtime limited edition? I don't remember. But opening it and looking at it right now, now I'm remembering why I had it out. Are these not the same palette? Like, is this not this? It looks eerily similar, and then you get this, like, it's like this palette, and then you get this half of like colorful stuff, and is, I don't know, do any of these shades look like it'd go with this? Not really, you know what I mean? I'm more likely to reach into this palette personally than this one for those shades, and because I have the Super Shock, I can just I can recreate this look with the same with that Pat McGrath palette. So there's that. My heart's broken because I wanted this collection to be cool. I wanted the idea of anime collabs to come to fruition. But I think in order for it to work, it has to be something where the team behind the design is a fan of the franchise in question. It's giving very Witcher Netflix series, and we all know how I feel about that too, because I've talked about that on my channel. I'm not here for it. I saw a lot of comments saying like, oh, but Demon Slayer would be better, or like Card Captor, or like Jujutsu Kaisen. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what anime it would be. The potential is always there for it to be something really cool and unique, because these animated shows have such it's artistry, right? Because someone has to draw it, someone has to animate it. Like the storytelling, even if the story is pretty weak, the character design can be really cool, or the vice versa. And I just think if you care enough about the franchise, it shows in the product that you release. This is like a time capsule, you know? Like middle school Hana is like over the moon, I think, you know, about like, oh my gosh, Naruto merch. Because this was before it was a lot easier to get stuff from Japan, but current Hana she's not into it. This is kind of like, it's kind of whatever, you know? I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to open this because I don't even like glitter. What am I gonna do with that? But let me know in the comments down below, did you pick up this collection? Did you pass on this collection? Have you been waiting for me to talk about this collection? What animes would you like to see Colourpop kind of collab with? Or maybe other brands? Like, man, I would love for a mainstream brand to kind of like take a risk. And like Glamlight's doing a lot of like the Hanna-Barbera kind, like they're kind of becoming a collab brand in the way that Hip Thought was, but they're doing it better, right? Like Hip Thought's kind of like comical, where Glamlight at least like puts thought and feelings into the products that are coming out. Will Glamlight try to take on the task of like an anime brand or an anime collaboration? Just know it's very, very expensive to do a collaboration with an anime, because once you get the image of that character, it's hard to explain this, you know, as someone who just collects a lot of merchandise and who does a lot of like worldwide shopping for a lot of my merchandise. Again, these corporations in Japan are very protective of their franchise, and they're more likely to have like their home franchises that they know. They don't know Colourpop, right? Colourpop is an American brand. Like it's not in their home country, you know, like they don't, maybe they don't even agree on like business tactics, you know. There's just like so much that goes into it behind the scenes on like that industry level that I don't think people think about. They just think like, oh, you have the rights to Naruto, so just do all of these things, and it just doesn't work that way. Even though it makes sense that it totally should, it just doesn't. And I think for those who are like myself, big fans of anime, big merchandise collectors, I think we all kind of understood what exactly happened here. And I think it just tells us right now, as much as we would want the anime collabs, I don't think they're going to happen in a way that like the anime fan wants it. It's just going to be, here's some pictures of something on like a mediocre product, and it's a cash grab. It's not a quality product. But I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. And if you liked hanging out with me today and you would like to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.